Now students, we will continue our next topic, that is division algorithm. What is this division algorithm? What is this division algorithm? I think most of the students or most of them very well known about the division. Why? Because this is a topic from some class 1 or 2 grades topic. That's why most of the students were known very clearly about division. What is the division? First of all, we should understand division, and in the phase wise we shall go and continue to the division algorithm. See, what is the division? If I will take the two numbers 8 divide 4. What is this 8 divide 4? Then what we will do? 4, and it is here 8. 4 to the 8. This will be minus 0. What we did here, simply this is the dividend, this is the divisor, this is the quotient, and this is the remainder. When we are dividing this divisor with the dividend, just we are taking the one of the factor of this 8, as 8 is 4 into 2, and the 8 is the multiple of the 4. That's why when we will multiply the 4 with the 2, we will get the 8 here, and with the answer we will get the answer is the 0. This is all about the division, that what we did. But here, what are the topics we have to deeply analyze here. First, the topic is, whenever we are dividing any number with another number, this, after putting this value or multiplying these two values, the answer should be, or the value should be less than or equal to this value. Means when we are multiplying 4 with the 2, this answer what we are getting is the 8. This should be less than the or equal to the 8. I will take another example. I will divide 4 with the 9. You are doing the 4 to the 8. Here the 1. Here what we are doing, this value should be less than this value or equal to this value. And the remainder, what we are getting, the remainder should be less than this value. Means here the focusing thing is these two. Whenever we have to focus these two topics, then we can continue the division algorithm. The same question I will do in a different way. See, 2 cube division 2 square. 2 cube is the 8, 2 square is the 4. When I will divide the 2 square with the 2 cube, see what we are writing here. This is the 2 power 2, this is the 2 power 3. When we will multiply this 2 with this 2 square, we will get the 2 cube. Means I will put the 2 here. What will get here? It is the 2 cube, means this will be 0. Remember, if I will do the same thing for the rather than 2, I will do the a. What will happen? A square and a cube. A square into a is the a cube, is the 0. Here the thing is, this remainder, what we are getting, the exponent or the power of this remainder should be less than the exponent or power of this divisor. This is the most important thing. Whenever we are doing any polynomial or division of any polynomial or any algorithm, we shall continue this process, or the division algorithm will continue in this process, and will do so far. See, how can we do this? See, I will do x cube plus 3x square plus x minus 1 division x plus 1. See, this is a polynomial of x. This is also polynomial of variable x. I will represent this polynomial as the px, and I will represent this one as the qx. When I will divide this qx with the px, then what I will get? See, x plus 1, I will divide x plus 1 with the x cube plus 3x square plus x minus 1. What I will do here, what I have to do here? First of all, when we are dividing, for the first and foremost thing in this division process, first we have to arrange this divisor in a decreasing order of exponents. Means what is the exponent here? Is the 1, here is the 0, means it is in the decreasing order. In the same way, here also see, here is a 3, here is a 2, here is the 1, here is the 0. This is also decreasing order. If the question is in such way, x minus 1 plus 3x square plus 3 plus x cube. What we have to do here? First, we have to arrange in a decreasing order. First is the x cube, next plus 3x square plus x minus 1. As how it was the plus x came, I already told you, whenever number will be shifts from one place to another place, the number will go along with its sign. As in the before, there is no signs are there, then we can easily say this is a positive sign. That's why this will be x cube plus 3x square plus x minus 1. Now what we have to do in the division? First of all, in the division, in the first step what we'll do, we have to consider for the only the first term of this division and the first term of this dividend. Not any other terms. In the first term of the divisor is the x, in the first term of the dividend is the x cube. As divisor and this is the dividend, how will get this x cube? If we divide any number with this x, then we can get the any number or we can get this value. In simple words, I can say whenever we are putting this value here, we should multiply this with this. That's why there should be surely a multiplication. As here the multiplication, what value I have to multiply with the x to get the x cube? That we can say easily, this is the x square. Whenever x is multiplied with the x square, the powers, here the power is 1, here the power is 2. This power will be added with each other, this will be x cube. In the same way, whenever we will put here the x square, we have to multiply this x square not by the single term, rather with the whole term. Again I am saying, first we have to consider for the only the first term of this divisor and dividend. As here is x, as here is x cube, first we have to take this x here and x cube here. Which term I have to multiply to get the x cube? I have to multiply the x square. When these two bases are same, the powers will be added with each other. This will be x cube. Now I kept here the x square. Now what I will do in the next step, I will multiply this x square with this the whole term. See, this x square into x, we already know this is the x cube. Next, x square into plus 1 is the plus x square. Now in the division process, as in the earlier what we did, after putting this value, we just subtracted the value. Means we have to subtract here. Means that's why the positive sign becomes a negative sign. This positive sign becomes negative sign. These two values were cancelled with each other. 3x square minus x square. What is the 3x square minus x square? Here the coefficient of x square is 1. Generally, in addition and subtraction, the coefficient will perform the action. But in the multiplication and division, the exponents will perform the action. Means here the coefficient is 3, here the coefficient is 1. That's why they will perform the action. 3 minus 1 is the x square. Whereas in this case, the powers will be in the coming to the action. That's power will be added with each other. If x division x square, what will happen? X 1 minus 2. This will be x power minus 1. Are you getting my point, students? Means here only the coefficients will be in the action, but here the powers will be in the action. Means here this will be 2x square. Here so what will write here? 2x square plus x minus 1. Why this is 2x minus 1? As we know in the division, if any number there will be no function, this exact value will come into the down. Here now we will see this term with this term. Here see how the x becomes a 2x square. As we know earlier, we have to multiply here. What value we have to multiply? Here is the 1 is there. If 1 is the multiplicative identity, that's why if you multiply any number with the 1, we'll get the same value. That's why as here 1 is there, we can put the 2 here. 1 into 2 is the 2. Now, as here x is there, if you multiply by the x, we'll get the x square, because x into x means x power 1 plus 1 is the x square. That's why 2x is the term which is used for the multiplying this value to get this value. Means I will add the plus or minus. Here plus or minus. We can easily say the plus or minus by seeing these two signs. If both are opposite signs, we can put here negative. If both are same sign, we can put the here positive. If here is positive, here negative, then we can put the negative. It is the negative, here positive, we can put the here negative. If here negative, negative or positive, positive, we can simply put the positive sign. Now, x square plus 2x. Now I will multiply 2x with this whole term. 2x into x, 2x square plus into plus plus 2x into 1, 2x. Now again in the same way, I will subtract. This will be cancel out each other. In the same way, x minus 2x is the minus x minus 1. Now what I will do, I will take the again this term x, and here also again this term x. Here is the plus x here is the minus x. How I will get the x minus x? By multiplying with the x. If I multiply x with the minus 1, I will get the minus x here. Now I will put here minus 1. This is minus 1 into x is the minus x. Minus 1 into plus 1 is the minus 1. This will be plus sign. These two, they will be cancelled with each other. This is the 0. Means here the remainder is the 0. Here the quotient is the x square plus 2x minus 1. The divisor is the x plus 1. And dividend is the x cube plus 3x square plus x minus 1. Now we got all the values. What is the divisor, dividend, quotient and remainder. Now I will write this divisor as x plus 1. As we know, x plus 1 is the qx, and this x cube plus 3x square plus x minus 1 is the dividend, is the px. I will write this quotient x square plus 2x minus 1 is the g of x, and the 0 is the remainder. I will write as the r of x. Now see in this here, as we know that dividend is equal to divisor or divisor into quotient plus remainder. This same formula I will apply for these functions also. Why in everywhere, why I am saying this p, q, g and r? Normally that what to differentiate, to inform you, this is a other polynomial, this is the other polynomial, this is the other polynomial, this is the other polynomial. To differentiate you, everyone is the other different polynomial. I am naming as the p, q, g and r, and you can change the name also as your wish. Okay, in everywhere the x is the variable, that's why I kept the x in the bracket, and that's why this dividend p of x is equal to the divisor is the q of x into quotient is the gx plus remainder is the rx. Remember this remainder quotient, the reminder's exponent of the x should be less than or equal to divisor and less than equal to this dividend also. And this is the division algorithm. In this process, now we will continue for the whenever if you know the 1 or 2 zeros, how can you find the remaining zeros in a division algorithm by using the division algorithm for a polynomial. Now we will proceed for a polynomial. I will say 1 or 2 zeros, and we will find the other zeros using the division algorithm. If it necessary, we can use the middle term splitting method also. Now see here the method of finding the remaining zeros of polynomial when some of its zeros are given. See, given that the question is given that root 2 is a 0 of the cubic polynomial, 6x cube plus root 2x square minus 10x minus 4 root 2, find its other two zeros. So what is the method we are following here? The method is finding the remaining zeros of polynomial when some of its zeros are given. Here some of the zeros, 1 0 is given. As it is a cubic polynomial, there will be the maximum 3 zeros can be possible. As 1 0 is given, we can find the maximum 2 zeros. That's why in which method we can do here? The method we are following here is first is the division algorithm. If it is necessary, we can use the middle term splitting method. First what I will do, here the answer is given 1 0 is root 2. Then what will happen? As here the variable is the x, that's why x will be root 2, that is x minus root 2 equal to 0. From this one we can say, hence x minus root 2 is a factor of this polynomial 6x cube plus root 2x square minus 10x minus 4 root 2. As I can represent the px as the 6x cube plus root 2x square minus 10x minus 4 root 2 and qx as the x minus root 2. Now I will perform the division, the qx with the px. What the quotient I will get, that is the another factor of this polynomial. The obviously what the remainder will get, obviously the 0, because it is a factor of this top polynomial. If any number is the factor of another number, we can say the remainder is always 0. Let's take the example, 3 is the factor of the 6. If you divide the 3 with the 6, then the remainder always 0. Hence, the remainder should be 0 in this question. See how we will do. See now I am dividing the x minus root 2 with the 6x cube plus root 2x square minus 10x minus 4 root 2. Here see what I will do. First I will take the consideration for the x and 6x cube. How I will get the 6x cube from x? If I multiply the 6x square with this x, I will get the 6x cube. Here what I will write? Here the 6x square. Now this 6x square I will multiply with the entire these two terms. How the process I already explained you. Just you see the earlier video. 6x square into x is the 6x cube minus 6 into root 2, 6 root 2 x square. Then what will happen? This will be negative and this becomes the positive. These two will be cancelled out each other. This 6 root 2 plus root 2 is the 7 root 2 x square minus 10x minus 4 root 2. Now I will take the consideration for this x and 7 root 2 x square. How I will get the x with the 7 root 2 x square? If I multiply with the 7 root 2 x, then I will get this value. I will write here plus 7 root 2 x. Why it is the plus 7 root 2 x? Because it is a positive, it is the positive. Obviously this is the positive. Then this will be 7 root 2 x into x, 7 root 2 x square. And plus into minus is the minus. 7 root 2 into 2 is the 2. 7 root 2 into root 2 is the 7 into 2 is the 14. This will be minus 14x. Now again I will subtract. This will be minus and this will be plus. These two will be cancelled out. This will be plus 4x minus 4 root 2. Now again I will consider for the x and 4x. If I multiply the 4 with the x, I will get the 4x. Now I will add the plus 4 here. 4 into x, 4x minus 4 into root 2, 4 root 2. This will be negative and positive. This will be cancelled. This will be 0. Now the remainder is the 0. What the quotient I got here? The g of x is the 6x square plus 7 root 2x plus 4. Here see, here we got the only one factor, but we didn't got the zeros of this polynomial, because we already know the one zero is the root 2, but we have to know the other two zeros. As I already told you, for finding these zeros, we can use the two methods. One is a division algorithm, which I already explained you, or which I already used this, and another is the middle term splitting method. In middle term splitting method, what we have to see, if a polynomial is given ax square plus bx plus c, we have to consider a into c. Means first we have to find the a into c. What the value we have to get, that we have to split in two terms. The addition of these two values or the sum of these two values, we have to get the b. As here see, 6 and 4 is the 6 into 4 is the 24. As both are the positive, the value will be positive. This 24 we have to split in such a way that the value we will get the 7 root 2. What is these two values? You can say, what are the two terms? We can take the 3 root 2 and 4 root 2 as the two terms. When we will add with the 3 root 2 and 4 root 2, we will get the 7 root 2. When we will multiply the 3 root 2 and 4 root 2, we will get the 24. That's why I will write this as 6x square plus 3 root 2x plus 4 root 2x plus 4. Here see, 3 is the common. What I will get here, the remaining is the 2, the remaining is the root 2, the remaining is the x square, the remaining is the x. In these two, I can find the root 2 as the common. Then this root 2 will be cancelled out. The remaining is the only root 2. Again, in the same way, in these two, I can find the common as the x. Then what is the remaining part? Is the root 2x is the common. And the remaining plus 3 root 2x as in the outside, that is the 1 is the common. In the same way, if you find the 4 as the common, the remaining part is the root 2x plus 1. In the both the cases, root 2x plus 1 is the common. The remaining is the 3 root 2x plus 4. Now, these two are the factors of this polynomial. Now, I can easily find the zeros from these factors. As we know, if these are the factors of this polynomial, then I can easily write root 2x plus 1 is equal to 0 and 3 root 2x plus 4 equal to also 0. If this is 0, root 2x equal to minus 1, x equal to minus 1 by root 2. The same here also, 3 root 2x equal to minus 4, x equal to minus 4 by 3 root 2. Okay, if you wish, you can rationalize this, otherwise not necessary. These two, 1, 2 and root 2. These three terms are the zeros of this polynomial. In the same way, you can do some more questions from your textbook. If any doubt, you can ask me from the comment box or to my personal WhatsApp. Thanking you all. Go ahead with your learning. Thank you.